Well, as Kenya gears up to become an oil exporting nation, the government says it actually is planning. Its plans are actually on course to start early oil exports by May this year. But despite the optimism, a poor road network linking the oil fields, as well as simmering disputes with the local leadership over oil revenues, could derail the timelines the state has set. In our two-part series of Unlocking Kenya's Black Gold, we explore the feasibility of the government's meeting its deadlines and what are the fears of the locals. Turkana County is known to many as a desolate region characterized by drought and hunger. The semi-arid area is home to the second largest pastoral community in Kenya. But beneath the barren land, a rare commodity lies: the black gold.
People have just spent $1.5 billion drilling holes in the ground, finding oil.
Oil discoveries have happened in many other countries. I think we're coming in at a very opportune time in Kenya. The Ministry of Energy has taken the very early initiatives, first of all, to set the legislative framework right.
This follows several years of exploration by British oil company Tullow. The oil discovery catapulted Turkana to the international map and is rapidly transforming a once sleepy town into a key center of attention for investors.
We want to continue to be a diversified economy. Even if we have oil, oil will just be another addition to that diversified economy.
In this journey over the last 5 years, we made significant transformation to the people and community in these areas that we work in. From areas such as education, right all the way from primary school to secondary school to universities, benefiting over 30,000 students.
The Turkana Basin has been found to have commercially viable crude oil, which many say is a boon for Kenya, which is a net importer of petroleum products.
We are only going to be a crude exporting country in 2020. We're in 2017 now, so 2020, the end of 2020, beginning of 2021. We don't know what the oil prices are going to look like then.
According to the Ministry of Energy and Petroleum, Kenya's net oil finds are in the region of 750 million barrels. With a barrel of crude oil now retailing at an average of $56, Kenya is staring at about 42 trillion shillings of revenue to the national government once production starts.
One of the things that we've really been taking care of is to make sure that we have the legal infrastructure that's there. We are looking at forming a sovereign wealth fund.
It has been close to 7 years since Kenya took on the oil exploration journey, and now the oil has left the ground. With plans now at an advanced stage to start the early oil program, lack of motorable roads could partly jeopardize the transportation of the crude oil to the port.
The government is chipping in by fixing infrastructure on which those equipment will be rolling on.
The early oil program seeks to see Kenya export at least 2,000 barrels a day of oil on a trial basis before full production commences.
The early oil will be transported to Mombasa by May. The tenders have already been floated and they are going to be awarded any time now.
What you can see behind me are these storage tanks storing close to 70,000 barrels of oil that will be trucked to the port of Mombasa for export. The underinvestment in the area's road network has now seen the government make hefty budgetary allocations to build roads, with plans to construct a pipeline also being in the offing.
We are still concerned about that. It's a big concern to the people.
We are not in the early oil pilot scheme for the economics of it. We are in this as a lesson and as a test.
Aside from the lacking infrastructure, the distribution of oil revenue has been a thorny issue, which still continues to elicit emotions.
Kama nataka mafuta, kama nataka Turkana, patia kitu yake.
Wanataka kufanya mambo au wenyewe kabla hajatueleza.
Till now, nothing has been done to us.
The moment you put the petrodollar on the hand like this, anything about legislation and everything just get forgotten.
Technocrats will fix this before the first drop of oil actually gets into the market on the big scale.
Although there is optimism as Kenya nears the next phase of the oil export cycle, underlying fundamental issues may just spark a vicious dilemma if not nipped at the bud. Abiyagina, KTN Business.